Welcome to Soul Cafe, the place for inner steering and better performance. In this Soul Cafe, my ultimate desire is to steer you up so you can have in your life better performance in whatever you do. Today, let's talk about what I call the secret of Joseph. They're twofold. Joseph was an outstanding person. We all, when we read his story, we get so inspired, so encouraged, and we want to just affect our world. It began as the 11th child and hated child, became a slave, and wound up at the top. Spent 80 years as second in command in Egypt. What a glorious life. And we love to imitate his life. We want to be like Joseph. What are the two secrets of Joseph I want to share with you today? The two secrets of Joseph. You like to know them? Here they are. Let's find out. We're going to see it in the way he named his children. Let's go to the book of Genesis chapter 41, verse 51 and verse 52. Let's read it. This is what it says. Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God has made me forget all my toil on my father's house. Name of the second he called Ephraim, for God has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. I'll read it again one more time. Take a look. Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God has made me forget all my toils and all my father's house. Name of the second he called Ephraim, for God has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Now, Joseph called his firstborn Manasseh. He said, the Lord has made me forget. He called his firstborn Manasseh. The secondborn he called Ephraim. The Lord has caused me or made me fruitful. Notice we're looking at the two secrets of Joseph, but the underlying ability and superlative performance of Joseph was God. God made me forget. God made me fruitful. He never saw himself as just a self-made achiever. He saw himself as God-made achiever. Let's look at the twofold secret of Joseph. Joseph was an accomplisher, but Joseph had pains along with his purposes, and his performance was awesome. What was his secret? The first secret was the first way he named his child, his firstborn. Manasseh said, forget. You see, Joseph, in order to move forward, he learned to forget all his afflictions, all his struggles, all his pains. Forget his father's house with all the pains attendant to it. He suffered in the hands of his brother. He was born. His mother died in childbirth. All other children of his father, they had mother to go to. But Joseph didn't have, after mother died, in the birth of the second-born Benjamin, from the side of Rachel, who was the mother of Joseph. Joseph, as he grew up in the night, will go with his brother to stay in the tent alone, while others went to their mother's tent. All he could find was comfort in his father. That didn't help matter. Guess what? He was sold as a slave. He got to the house of Egypt. He got to Egypt, Potiphar's house. The wife got after him and put him in prison. He got to prison. He told somebody the dream. They forgot him. Those are catalogs of sorrows and pains. But Joseph, first secret, he forgot. Take a look. I'm going to read it again. Look at it. God has made me forget all my toils. Yeah, God has made. Will you learn to forget? Paul said, this one thing I do, forgetting all those things which are behind me. If you're going to be fruitful, the first step is to forget. Forget your pain. Forget even your yesterday's achievement. Forget who had made life difficult for you. Stand up and go for God. Stand up and see the glory of Jesus. Put something, some memory you should not keep. Some diary note you should wipe out in your memory. You should not go back there and live there and camp there. Move ahead. Let's look at the second child. It will tell us the second fold of this man. Powerful performance. It says, and the name of the second child he called who? Ephraim. For God has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. Wonderful, wonderful. You see, Joseph did something to himself. He told himself, I won't be frustrated in my affliction. I'll be fruitful in my affliction. He will look for the seed to plant. He will water it and watch God grow in it. So, if you want to be like Joseph in your own life pathway, learn to allow God to make you forget and allow God to make you fruitful. Trust God to turn what you do into a harvest. You see, the law of the harvest is so important for us to walk by. Bible says, do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. Whatsoever one sows, that you will also reap. If you sow to your flesh, you will reap corruption. If you sow to your spirit, you will reap everlasting life and blessing. Joseph kept on sowing to the spirit. He kept on sowing good. He was sold. He got to Egypt. He was not looking back to his pain. He worked for his master. He was put in prison. He was not looking back to his pain. He got up and prospered. Wow. When his brother came back after he became the second in command in Egypt, he didn't take it on them. He kept on being fruitful. He kept on being fruitful. You should be looking forward to fruitfulness. And you should be leaving your back memory of pain and affliction. I challenge you today to keep these two before you. The two secrets of Joseph. What are they? Forget, fruitful, and let God make it happen in your life. Forget and fruitful. Thank you.